I'm a broken record.
Bardzo serdecznie, z tej strony Siwy i to jest kolejny odcinek Synchronicity. Poprzednio skończyliśmy na tym, że zdobyliśmy parę takich cennych rzeczy. Tylko problem jest taki, że nie mam zielonego pojęcia teraz, czego ich użyć. Muszę zrobić coś ostrego.
I doubt I'd accomplish anything using its use. Wallet? The subway? I doubt that wouldn't. I don't see anything to top. I can't use these two objects together.
Wait. Tobie bym chciał pomóc, ale z tym samym nie mogę.
Out of the question. I could break it if I hit it with this. The subway sign is already broken in two. I don't see any point in breaking it anymore.
Może w kościele coś się dzieje. Czy jest tutaj coś, co mi się przydało? Chyba nie. Dobra, to wracamy do parku. Wait a second.
This streetlight is several feet off the ground. I can't
Nie zasięgniesz go. No dobra. A mógłbyś na tym stanąć? I to tutaj wtedy.
What was formerly the entrance to a subway stop. Subway service suspended until further. I imagine the train tunnels were flooded or ruined after the Great Wave.
Tutaj nie wejdę, bo to mi nic nie da. Mogę wziąć zgniłe ryby, ale potrzebuję czegoś na ręce. Dobra, wbijamy. To jest w parku. Tutaj poprzednio poznaliśmy.
No. They're so intertwined that I'll only hurt myself if I try to part the branch. Impossible. I'll need something that cuts better if I want to hack my way through this I'm gonna need something that cuts better to hack a path through the vegetation that's blocking. Best not to waste time trying to... It doesn't look like it's having any effect. One of the many dark stars in the park. Although the crows have already done a thorough job on him, from what's left, I'd say that the corpse... It's impressive. The park was able to devour... The metal bars became like plasticine, molded by the whims of the vegetation. Wherever I look, I see corpses hanging from this, some so recent that the shadows of their faces make it seem like they're following you with their gaze. Someone carved a suicide note into I hope you can find a way to forgive me someday, and it's signed with a pair of illegible initials.
Kto ma cię wybaczyć? Plakat?
Tomorrow comes today. There's something about the composition that's strangely familiar to me. Some memory related to my former life, perhaps? Or maybe it's just a memory glitch caused by the Great Wave.
Tomorrow comes today.
I can't help staring at this poster. It's almost it's as if there's some hidden message in the background of the image that I'm incapable of processing. What the hell is so familiar to me about this image? And why?
Dobra, co ja mogę z tym zrobić?
I don't think doing... I'm afraid I better not. For now, I'm afraid I...
Plakat.
2,000 years later.
I don't think I'd gain any. I doubt I'd accomplish anything.
O Jezu, co ja mam znowu tu zrobić? Niby grę można przejść w parę godzin, ale... Ja pierdzielę, że się domyśleć, co trzeba zrobić. Bo paru raz tu trzymał, niestety.
As dead as that tree is, it still looks strong enough to tie the rope to.
Dobra, czyli tutaj mogę jakąś inną przywiązać.
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here in case the rope doesn't...
No, w końcu coś zrobiłem.
Underneath the surface, there must be many more of these stone things. No doubt they're the remains of a structure that sank here. It seems like a small fragment of one of them is loose.
Okej. Wychodzimy stąd. Dobra, w końcu coś zrobiłem.
I'll get my stuff.
No zabierz. Dobra, żyć. Yeah! Chłopaki! Mamy to! Idziemy do kościoła! Look at this, dude! Rzeźbiony kamień, masz tu wielebny.
The head of the lion above the flame.
The head of the lion, the ruins of the temple still. Salvation is still possible. The annihilation of. There's still time. I have to return to the ruins of the temple. I have to go back to the ruins of the temple.
Wait a minute! Whew. There's no question in my mind. This man is a complete lunatic.
Weź patyk.
Why would I want to use that? That wouldn't serve.
No, czyli
Use that with this.
widzę, że tego tu nie użyję. Dobra, mam patyk. Kij w kształcie krzyża.
The drum is already giving. I prefer to hold on to it. I'm afraid. I don't see where I could.
Chwila, może teraz mogę z kimś tutaj.
Impossible. I'll need something that cuts better if I want to hack my way through this impenetrable tank.
Ale czego ostrego, Jezu, masz tyle ostrych rzeczy. A ty jesteś
It's
useless i nie potrafisz tego
I'm gonna need-
zrobić. Jezu, to jest do dupy. Jakie to jest porąbane! Muszę pobiec do zniszczonej świątyni.
Mike.
You did a very...
Yes. Are you going to...
Of course. You deserve it. Give me time to bring you something. Those boys are... And I don't think they're gonna... I can't use these two objects together. Those boys are expecting... And I don't think they're...
Hello, Mike.
You did a very...
Yes. Are you going to...
Of course. You deserve it. Give me time to bring you something.
Yeah.
I have to... Those boys are expecting some type of reward for completing their mission, and I don't think they're gonna find this very... Those boys are expecting something, and I don't think they're gonna... This target doesn't need anything more. Those boys are expecting, I don't think... Hanging up this poster here wouldn't do anything. Impossible. It's... Oh no. It's like... What? Good God.
Oczekujecie nagrody, tak? Czuję, że oni mi coś mogą dać.
Better not. I've... no... There's nothing else. I'm not gonna snuff out this oil.
Ale no potrzebuję tej
I'm not
lampy!
gonna snuff out this oil.
Jezu debilu!
The oil lamp is the only... Better not fool. There's nothing... A photo of my... However... I don't think I'd gain it. The oil lamp is better enough. Hanging...
Oh, wait a second.
Okay.
Przecież mogę tym otworzyć to.
Got it. I'm afraid I can't do that. Let's see. Good. The upholstery came off along with one of the elastic bands that was holding it to the seat.
Znowu to...
Oh no. It's amazing. Everything's mute. I don't know.
Czyli tak, mamy pokrowiec na fotel. Elastyczna opaska. Pokrowiec na fotel.
Although both objects were together inside the abandoned car, for now I prefer to keep them separate. This scrap of... I don't think... This scrap... Better not. This scrap of... The seat cover, it's on his last legs. I'm not gonna ruin it. Why would I want to do... This elastic band doesn't fit in anywhere. That wouldn't serve it. This elastic... I can't use these two. So, I just made a primitive homemade slingshot.
A, XD. Okej. Mamy procent. Dzieciaki będą zadowolone. Hej. Macie procent.
Hello, Mike.
Hi, kids.
We got my...
Yes, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. They're just kids, but their aim beside knows.
What is it?
I know it's a sling.
It's a slingshot.
Thank you, Michael. With this, we'll be able to hit the watchtowers.
Come on, let's try it.
That'll teach you pigs.
Wow.
Attention, all units in Sector 12. Report immediately to the North Watchtower. I repeat, report immediately to the North Watchtower.
What's going on? I don't know. It must be something serious. Come on, let's go.
You hit him.
Haha, yes.
So what do we do now?
I don't know. We've got to get out of here. Quickly, run!
I better take this with me.
Okej. Dzięki, chłopaki. Jestem wam naprawdę wdzięczny. Teraz mogę sobie wziąć sakwę na chillku. Co my tu mamy? Grube skórzane rękawice.
Oh shit. The key's not in the ignition. One of the soldiers on. Anyway, I should have figured as much. I'm not gonna give it. What for? It doesn't look. It's a damp and I don't quite see how. This quilted fabric fits the size of the window. A dirty window. I placed a seat cover over it. The one I picked up at the refugee camp. Okay. And let's cross our fingers that the soldiers next door.
Jej.
You've... God bless...
Take care of yourself, old man. Don't open the door to strangers.
O, właśnie, nożyce, dzięki. Okej. Dobra. Czyli już coś mamy. W końcu się coś udało, dobra. Czy to jest ta ostra rzecz, o której tu wspominał? Chyba ja.
Let's see what's in the...
O kurde.
No. Please! These visions! My head!
You won't get any of his things. I won't allow it. Do you hear me?
Michael, is that you? Thank God we found you. It's me, Chris. Don't you recognize me? But there is a solution, Michael. All is not lost. There is still a possibility of salvation for us. For each and every one of us.
You have to stop this, Michael. You have to quit. I can't do it. It's destroying us, don't you see? It's killing us. It's that demon inside me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
These visions are getting more intense all the time. The pain is unbearable. Who's Chris? Salvation is still possible, he said. Could that be true? And once again, that female voice has been haunting me since I woke up. Who is she? Why was she so distressed?
Nie wiem,
What
nie
the
wiem.
hell happened to us? Or is going to happen to us? The trees and bushes conceal structures where hundreds and hundreds... Whatever's inside them, there must be thousands of... Best not to waste time trying to nail this here. Use this here? The entire world is collapsing.
No, to chodźmy tam na dół. Co, zobacz, to jest...
Okay, I'll wear the gloves to cut the electrified wire.
Mhm.
Perfect. I don't think I'd get... Let's see what's down here. It's a trapdoor, and it looks like it hasn't been used.
No to wbijamy. Elo, elo. Wow. Whoa.
What is this place? Where the devil am I? It seems like the small building at the ground level is just camouflage. The most important part is here underground. Are all of them dissolved? How many patients can there be packed in here? Dozens? Hundreds? This is horrible.
Jakieś porąbane.
First, I'll get this dirty old container. Let's see if this grate can be removed. Perfect. It looks like this hole leads to a passageway on the other side.
Okay. Czarny worek może się przydać. Metalowa szafa.
A tiny lock is preventing me from opening the door, and despite its size...
Mówisz?
Maybe a professional burglar could do it, but I can never pick this lock with just a hand.
No to może tym.
I'm not gonna open it. I don't see any cracks in the door big enough.
Dobra. Co tu jest?
Unlike his neighbors, it looks like...
Co jest na tym blokacie?
The future is in our hands. Collaborate, rebuild, report. From the text, I say this poster must...
Szafka gabinetowa. Co
Locked, of course. I'm starting to get annoyed with this sense of ownership I see. Lockers and...
Are you sure?
I'd rather use a key to open this case, but...
Who is it?
What the fuck?
Who's there?
Oh, excuse me,
What are you doing here? Have you come to steal something? Take one more...
No, wait, please, don't do that.
Security, this is Nurse Uma Grundy. I need you to come right away.
No, wait. You can't...
You should have thought of that before you walked in, before those savages get here. You just broke the glass on one of our pharmacy cabinets. What am I supposed to...
There's a reasonable explanation for all of it.
You'd better be convincing when those soldiers get here. I can... Come on, get out of here now while you still have time.
Wait a minute.
Yes, that's my name.
Wait, please don't turn me in. I know your father. I saved his life just a few hours ago. They were going to deport him, but I was able to stop it.
My God, did you say my father? Tell me, how is he? Has anything happened?
Don't worry, Uma. He's sick. He told me about you and your work in this place. He was worried. He'll want to know that you're all right. Wait, please don't turn me in.
This is Nurse Uma Grundy. It turned out to be a false alarm. You don't have to...
Thank you, Uma. My name is Michael.
But now you should explain why you burst in. What are you looking for?
I came to get medicine. I need a cure for the disease.
Cure? There's no such thing. You won't find it here or anywhere else. The authorities distributed a memo among the medical staff months ago. I'm sure you can still find a copy of it around. It told us that they've definitely abandoned the search for a medicine. You made a mistake risking your life to get in here. The only thing we store here is pain. This place is a tomb for those poor, but also for the people who work here. I'm sorry, Michael. The dissolved...
No, that can't be. There has to be a solution. Oh, man. Poor. But I heard in the refugee... Well, if that's not the case...
The army deliberately keeps that rumor about... You see, as long as people still have some hope left, it is... But it's a lie.
I understand.
That was when the authorities... They told us that I left... They demanded... Not even my father...
Yes. He told me that when I asked him about this place.
At first, we treated the patients with great care. There was medicine to ease their suffering and even research into a possible... Everything was going smoothly.
And then what happened?
Things started to go wrong. When the number of patients multiplied... And then we began to run out of even the most and that was when the army took over.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Then they sealed off the building. No one was allowed to leave, not even us. We doctors and nurses have been shut in here for months. It's for our own safety. Now our medical care is limited and then simply waiting for them. Then we dispose of their remains, dissolving the black bags in acid for decontamination. And that's about it. That's all we can do with the resources.
Condemned to die. I heard their cries of pain out there. What really happens to the dissolved?
These people suffer the most excruciating pain and die in the most horrible. The first symptoms are bouts of nausea and fainting, which become more frequent and prolonged, until in the end their entire metabolism enters a state of shock. Then, their entire cell structure dissolves. It simply disintegrates. There's no medical explanation. It just happens. But there's something even stranger.
What could be stranger than what you just told me?
The dissolved become erratic, unpredictable, eccentric. They're uncontrollable. That's why the army fears them. They're afraid of their unpredictable. So the sole function of this place is to keep them locked away, hidden and under the army's control, until death takes them off their hands, one by one. It's also why people who harbor the dissolved are punished. And it's also the reason for the existence of the...
But I thought they were just...
But that's a lie. The spread of the disease is accelerating. The number of cases, but it's not contagious. We doctors and nurses have been treating the sick for months, and the rate of contagion among us is no higher than out there. The army is...
But then, how is the disease?
We don't know, Michael. What we do know is that it's not caused by direct contact with the victim. There's another reason for the army's secrecy about the dissolve. It's human nature to fear the unknown. We tend to panic when faced with something we don't understand. And this damned disease is more than any of us can handle.
And
they know, Michael. You probably think I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, they know. They talk about, they sense things. They bring back information from the places they go, and they talk to the dead there, Michael. They communicate with, they know, Michael. That's all.
They're just sick people, Uma.
No, they're more than just ordinary sick people. You wouldn't talk like that if you had been living with...
Wait.
Let me tell you a story. When I first came to the center, I became friendly with a patient, a 13-year-old. All the time I was taking care of her, she never stopped. She told me all about the underground highways. She said she went...
Underground highways?
She said they all went there when they lost consciousness. Obviously, I felt great pity for the girl, but in time I also came... I was afraid of her visions, her dreams, her... And then one night she sat down next to another patient, an older woman who looked surprisingly healthy. According to our calculations, this woman still had a few months to live. The woman had just lost consciousness. "Leave me alone with her," the girl said to me. "It won't be long now." And she took the... And just seconds later, the woman started to dissolve, shrieking and writhing in pain, until there was nothing left of her but a puddle of brown, viscous liquid. The girl turned to me and said, "I knew she was leaving us, and I didn't want her to go alone. That would have been very sad, wouldn't it, Uma?" The girl's face was still dripping with the remains of the patient. She knew what was going to happen, Michael. From then on, my fear became uncontrollable. I felt defense.
I understand.
Finally, my panic was so great that I refused to go anywhere near her. And I even, God forgive me, I felt secretly relieved when she herself finally dissolved. They know, Michael, and that's why
The cleanup brigade.
they're savages. I despise the heartless and the rest of this. That's where they keep everything they need for their hunting expeditions. The GPS, each unit is made up of 2 soldiers, 1 doctor, and 1 nurse. I mean, doctors and nurses collaborating with those but then they say, what do you want? It's our job, and somebody's got to do it.
Yes, that phrase sounds it's bone-chilling. Police and criminals using exactly the same word. You gotta do what you gotta do. That seems to be the slogan of the executioners of this new world.
Talk to my father, Michael. Tell him that I'm all right, that he shouldn't worry, that we'll be seeing each other soon, very soon.
Morfinka. Okej. Dobra, nie, to my sobie tu zostaniemy. Dobra, myślę, że wystarczy jak na ten odcinek. Mam nadzieję, że się film podobał. Komentujcie, subskrybujcie, lajkujcie. Na razie i cześć.